What if the path to greatness didn't begin with trophies, but with torn shoes, dusty streets, and a mother who refused to give up? Before the name CR7 echoed in stadiums, before the world knew the strike, the stepovers, the signature celebration, there was just a boy. A barefoot boy, running through the alleys of Madeira. He didn't have much. Not even a proper ball. Sometimes it was a crumpled sock tied with strings. Sometimes it was a rock. And most days, it was nothing more than imagination. Cristiano was born on February 5, 1985, in Santo Antonio, a poor neighborhood in Funchal, Madeira. His father worked as a gardener. His mother cleaned houses. 4 children in a cramped home. No luxuries. No promises. But one thing filled the silence in that little house: dreams. And among the siblings, Cristiano dreamed the loudest. It wasn't just that he liked football. He needed it. It gave structure to chaos, rhythm to hunger. Every day after school, even before doing his homework, Cristiano ran straight to the neighborhood pitch, a narrow alleyway between 2 broken walls. His feet, toughened by time, barely felt the gravel beneath. He had no football boots. No cleats. Only bruised toes and raw passion. His mother, Maria Dolores, once found him trying to stitch together a pair of discarded shoes from the garbage bin behind a local hotel. She didn't scold him. She cried. Then she stitched them tighter herself. That night, she whispered to him, "You don't need the best boots, my son. You just need the best heart." Cristiano didn't sleep that night. He lay awake, staring at the cracked ceiling, imagining crowds chanting his name. The kids at school teased him. He spoke with a strong Madeiran accent. He cried easily when mocked. He wasn't the tallest or the strongest. But when the ball touched his foot, everything stopped. He danced past them. 1, 2, 3, gone. He played like someone chasing more than goals. He was chasing escape. His father, José Dinis Aveiro, believed in him, quietly. He worked extra shifts at the local club where he served as kit man, just to sneak Cristiano in to train with older boys. It didn't matter that his boots were worn. It didn't matter that his jersey was hand-me-down. When he touched the ball, he looked like he belonged. One afternoon, after a local youth match, a scout approached his father. "This kid's got something. Not just skill, but fire." Where did he learn that? His father smiled. In the streets. With no shoes. The boy with no boots was beginning to make noise. Not with words, but with movement, drive, hunger. And this was just the beginning. In Madeira, the ocean is everywhere. It hugs the island like a secret that the world hasn't yet discovered. A small, volcanic rock in the Atlantic, isolated yet alive. And on that rock, one boy was beginning to outgrow the streets he was born into. By the age of 10, Cristiano had become more than a street kid who played well. He was known. Not just in the neighborhood, but across Funchal. Older boys didn't want to face him in matches. Local coaches started watching. Whispers began, the kid might be something. But opportunity rarely knocks gently. It comes fast, loud, and demanding sacrifice. One afternoon, his father received a call. A scout from the mainland had heard about a boy in Madeira, fast, relentless, impossible to ignore. Sporting Clube de Portugal wanted to see him. Lisbon. A city over 900 kilometers away. Another world. Cristiano was only 12. Too young, too raw. But when they asked if he would go, he didn't hesitate. Leaving Madeira wasn't just about chasing dreams. It meant leaving everything behind. His mother, Maria, packed his small suitcase in silence. His older brother Hugo tried to act strong, but kept wiping his eyes. Cristiano's sisters hugged him for too long. At the airport, the sun was setting. His father placed a hand on his shoulder and said, "You're not going to Lisbon, you're going to your future." Cristiano smiled, but his heart ached. He'd never flown before. He'd never slept outside his own home. He didn't know how to cook, clean, or wash his own clothes. But he knew how to dream. Sporting Lisbon's academy was ruthless. The boys were faster, stronger, meaner. They laughed at his accent, his island background. He missed home. He missed his mother's food. He missed the silence of Madeira nights. Some nights, he cried in bed, quietly, into his pillow, hoping no one would hear. He wasn't homesick. He was heartsick. But every tear fueled him. While others slept, he trained. While others laughed, he ran laps. He sprinted until his lungs burned. He kicked until the ball bent like he wanted. He became obsessed, not with being good, but with being the best. At just 14, doctors at the academy noticed something strange. Cristiano had an unusually fast heart rate. Too fast. Dangerous. If he didn't get surgery, he might never play again. The word operation froze his world. In one moment, everything he had suffered for could disappear. He called his mother. She pretended to be calm. But when she hung up, she collapsed into tears. The surgery was risky. Laser treatment to fix his heart rhythm. But Cristiano smiled as he came out of surgery. Now I can play even faster. Days after the operation, he was back on the field. Running. Dribbling. Scoring. He told the coach, "This is my life. I'd rather die on the pitch than stop chasing it." The boy who left the island had changed. He wasn't just playing anymore. He was becoming. Some boys train to play. Cristiano trained to escape. At Sporting Lisbon's academy, he was already known for his pace. But pace wasn't enough. Not in a place filled with prodigies. He needed to become a machine. And so, he did. Cristiano would be the first to arrive. And the last to leave. He trained until the lights in the facility shut off. Then he'd do push-ups in the dark. He wasn't just chasing a goal. He was building a revenge body. For every coach who had doubted him. Every kid who laughed at his accent. Every night he spent crying in silence. Coaches began to whisper, "He's different. He doesn't just want to win. He needs it." He refused soda. Refused sweets. Refused parties. While others played FIFA, he ran sprints in the hallway. While others went home for holidays, he stayed and trained alone. At 15, he told a teammate, "I will be the best player in the world. Not because I'm better, but because I work more." They laughed. But they stopped laughing a year later. At 16, Ronaldo was promoted to Sporting's first team. No one that young had started for the club in decades. He didn't care about seniority. He didn't fear expectations. He saw it as validation and a challenge. Opponents didn't know what to do with him. He moved like a shadow, fast, fluid, unpredictable. He'd spin past defenders like a storm. One night, after a senior match, a Portuguese commentator said, "This kid has something we haven't seen since Figo." But Ronaldo wasn't interested in being the next Figo. He wanted to be the first Ronaldo. Then came the game that changed everything. August 6, 2003. A friendly between Sporting Lisbon and Manchester United. Cristiano was electric. Stepovers, speed, precision. He tore through Manchester's defenders like paper. Sir Alex Ferguson watched from the bench. Silent. Focused. And then he turned to his assistant and said, "We need to sign him. Tonight." In the locker room after the match, United's players, including legends like Giggs and Scholes, begged their manager. "Gaffer, who is that kid? We need him." Within 24 hours, Manchester United began negotiations. And just like that, the boy from Madeira was going to England. When Cristiano stepped off the plane in Manchester, the clouds matched his nerves, heavy, grey, unfamiliar. He was just 18. A boy with barely any English. No family. No warm meals. No island sun. But he walked into Old Trafford like it was destiny. The moment he signed with Manchester United, fans were curious. The press called it a gamble. £12.24 million for a teenager no one outside Portugal had heard of. But Sir Alex Ferguson wasn't guessing. He was investing. Ferguson saw something deeper, not just flair, but fire. Cristiano was handed a jersey. Number 28, his sporting number. But Ferguson stopped him. "No. You'll wear 7. Cristiano's face froze. That number. It had belonged to George Best, Eric Cantona, David Beckham. Legends. Icons. Gods of the club. He hesitated. "Coach, I don't think I'm ready." Ferguson smiled. "You will be." And so, CR7 was born. But the transformation wasn't instant. His first season was a storm. Stepovers, too many. Shots, wild. Critics called him flashy, selfish, a show-off. The Premier League was colder, faster, rougher. Defenders didn't fall for tricks. They kicked hard. And often. Teammates grew impatient. Some doubted his place. But Ronaldo kept coming. Every bad match, he stayed after training. Every miss, he repeated the drill until he couldn't walk. Sir Alex, he watched. He didn't coddle him. He challenged him. Ferguson became more than a coach. He became a second father. When Ronaldo's actual father died in 2005, Cristiano broke inside. He had never seen him watch a full game at Old Trafford. He had dreamed of scoring in front of him. Now he never would. He cried alone in his apartment. For days, he didn't speak. Until Ferguson called. "You don't have to prove anything to anyone. But if you want to honor him, become what he believed you could be." And that's when Cristiano changed. He cut the tricks. Sharpened his passing. Learned to track back. Lifted more. Ran harder. Slept earlier. Ate cleaner. Every detail. Perfected. He wasn't just a boy with dreams anymore. He was a man with a mission. CR7 wasn't a number. It was an identity. By 2006, Cristiano Ronaldo was no longer just a new kid with tricks. He had become Manchester United's weapon, sharp, fast, unpredictable. And more importantly, hungry. Every goal mattered. Every assist counted. He wasn't chasing applause anymore. He was chasing greatness. He began the 2006-07 season like a man possessed. Stronger. Smarter. Fewer stepovers. More goals. Fans who once doubted him now rose when he touched the ball. The same press that mocked his showboating now called him a phenomenon. He ended that season with 17 league goals, his best yet. But he wasn't satisfied. In interviews, he didn't talk about stats. He talked about legacy. "I want to be remembered as the best. Not just for one game, but for all time." Sir Alex Ferguson watched with pride. Ronaldo was no longer the boy from Madeira. He had become a machine built for glory. The following season, 2007-08, was historic. 42 goals. Premier League champion. Champions League winner. And his first Ballon d'Or. He cried as he lifted the golden ball. Not because of the award, but because he remembered everything it took to get there. The stitched-together shoes. The tears in Lisbon. The push-ups in silence. He wasn't gifted. He was forged. And yet, the story wasn't over. As his legend grew, so did the interest. Real Madrid began to circle. Whispers turned into offers. Offers turned into negotiations. But even as the world watched, Ronaldo stayed silent. Until 2009. At a press conference, he finally said, "I gave everything to this club. But I need a new challenge." It wasn't about money. It wasn't even about Madrid. It was about evolution. The boy who once had nothing, now had everything. But what do you do? When you've climbed the mountain, you find a higher one. Cristiano Ronaldo left Manchester United with tears in his eyes and a fire in his heart. He was no longer just a player. He was a global force. A brand. A standard. A legend in the making. And this was just Act 1. From a barefoot boy chasing a dream in the streets of Madeira, to a man who lifted the Ballon d'Or with the world watching, Cristiano Ronaldo's story is not just about goals or glory. It's about sacrifice, belief, and the fire to rise when the world doubts you. And this is only the beginning. If you felt even a piece of that journey, if it inspired you, moved you, or made you see greatness differently, then this story has done its job. Thank you for watching. And if you want to keep walking through the untold moments that shaped legends, don't forget to subscribe, like the video, and leave a comment with your favorite Ronaldo moment. We'll see you in the next chapter.